Hi, I'm Danielle and I'm the founder of The Joyful Edit. Welcome to my channel. This is day 41 of Project 365. 41! I mean, yes! That's so cool, right? Anyway, as I mentioned yesterday, I really wanted to do a video on my morning routine. But before I do, I want to set the scene so you know what I was doing before and then what I'm doing now. Because I think it's really, really important. I don't, again, want you to think that all of a sudden, like, I'm this, perfect person that does all these incredible things. Like, absolutely not. Like, the reason why I did this is one, to kind of raise your standards, but also to raise mine. So before, I used to wake up and I would hit snooze probably 4 or 5 times in the morning. Then I'd be rushing around because I was late and I often wouldn't have all the things that I needed for my days, like my phone wouldn't be charged, I wouldn't have petrol in my car, so I'd be late for my meetings. Sometimes I wouldn't have enough time for breakfast, and if I did, I'd just like shove it down, and it definitely wouldn't be very appetizing. And I'd just be constantly stressed. I'd never do my hair and makeup. And all the things that make me feel good, like absolutely, that just like fell down by the wayside. So you can imagine what the rest of my day looked like. It didn't get better, let me tell you that. So there was definitely a change that needed to happen. And obviously before, I had all these grand ideas of how I was gonna wake up really early and like do like all this fitness and feel really good. And yeah, like that probably would last like 3 or 4 days at best. And then I'd go back. I don't know why. Why do we do things that actually make us feel really shit? I've never understood that. Like when we eat really bad food, we feel terrible. Yet when we eat really good food, we feel great. Yet we go back to feeling terrible and eating the bad food. It's an absolute minefield, really, isn't it? But yeah, going back to the morning routine, I really realised that like a change needed to happen. And if I wanted to operate at my highest level and to really reach into my potential, then I needed to start with my morning. And as you know, like one of my habits that I've embedded is to wake up at 6:30. And I kid you not, like, because I've just made this decision, there's no negotiation. Like Tony Robbins said, as soon as you negotiate with yourself, you lose the battle. And oh my gosh, that was such an eye-opener for me, because I'd constantly be like, oh yeah, like maybe I'll do this and maybe I'll wake up or maybe I'll do it a little later. But because I made that decision and it was no longer like, whether I had to make a decision, whether I was going to do it or not, I made that decision, it was happening. I cannot tell you how much easier it has been. Obviously, there's been days where I'm like a little bit tired or where I haven't slept or anything like that. So again, I'm kind to myself. But when I've been waking up at 6:30, like it just gives me so much time to like focus on, setting myself up for success and having the best day possible, because I've made it so. So let's get to it, shall we? I've made a list because there are quite a lot of things, and whilst I'm in the routine, I still have to remember these things because I have ADHD, and I don't have the best memory, so this is what I have to do. So I wake up at 6:30. I do not snooze my alarm. And in my little bedside table, I have this little spray. It's by Origins and it's ginseng and it's energy boosting treatment lotion mist. And I literally just squirt it on. It smells amazing. It's very invigorating. I then light myself a candle, go into the kitchen, make myself a tea. So I normally make myself like a lemon and ginger tea. Sometimes I'll have oat milk, like a tea, a normal tea. But I actually don't feel great when I have that. So trying to stick to the lemon and ginger, because that makes me feel so much better. And then what I'll do is, obviously depending on the temperature, I might go and get myself a hot water bottle whilst my heat's warming up. And then I'll read. So my commitment is to read 50 pages a day. So I will read half my book in the morning. So I'll do 25 pages in the morning with my candle lit, and it's just a lovely moment. And then what I'll do is I will do some form of exercise. So I will either go for a swim in a sauna, I might go for a run, I might do a yoga session. but it will be some form of exercise that I will commit to. And again, it just gets the endorphins going and I feel great. And then if I leave it to the afternoon, I always feel like something's missing. And that, you know, why do I not feel like on top of the world like I normally do? It's always because I haven't done my exercise in the morning. So exercise in the morning, absolutely king, or queen, you know. And then what I also do is, once I've gone to the gym or done my exercise class, I will drink 1 litre of water by that point. So by the time I get back to my house, I will drink 1 litre. So already it like makes me feel really good because I've achieved like part of my goals already. I'll make myself an amazing breakfast. So this morning I had poached eggs on like a seeded bagel with avocado, coriander and chilli, and boy did that taste good. So good. Like no longer like the bland porridge and stuff. Like obviously I like porridge sometimes, but yeah, I feel so nice when I have a much nicer breakfast. So I had that. And then after like my breakfast, what I'll then do is I'll sit at my desk and I will just like review my goals for the day, which I've set the day before. I'll review the goals that I want to achieve. And also like I'll spend some time like thinking about like my vision and like what I'm trying to achieve, and you know, going through some of my affirmations. And it's so like empowering, and that's something I'm really trying to stick to, is like the affirmation side of things, because when I find things a little bit more challenging, I definitely find that by like writing out and reading and saying out loud my affirmations, it just makes me feel so much better. It can be as simple as, I've got this, you know, that I am 1 step closer to my goals than I was yesterday. Just simple things like that. And also just like immersing myself in the fact that, you know, I've got all these big grand goals and these things that I'm trying to achieve, and it just gets me excited and know like, you know, I'm at where I'm at, but I'm also just got this amazing life that I am working towards. And then what I'll also do is I will just check through my calendar, see what things I've got going on, and then I will jump in the shower. I'll do my hair and makeup, and whilst I'm doing my hair and makeup, I will do like my gratitude, where I'm just super grateful for things and just like say a little prayer of like thanks. And again, that just like grounds me and puts things in perspective and just makes me super happy. And then I put my tunes on. So I have created a playlist called Empowering Playlist, and I'm going to share the link below in like the little notes bit, because it's making me feel so damn good. And I said to you before, like, you want to get some tunes that make you feel good, that are like the words that they're saying is, you know, invigorating and empowering. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm just going to add to it. So I thought, rather than waiting until I've got like 50 songs, I'm just going to give it to you now, and then as and when I update it, then boom, you've got access to it. So absolutely. And that just makes me feel amazing. So yeah, whether it's like just putting your AirPods on or having your speaker, listening to some great music is so good, and it raises your energy like that. I'll also, what else do I do? Oh yeah, so I will do like 1 critical task before the start of the day. And again, like this is normally something that most of us don't really ever want to do. But it's so important to like get that done, because then you feel like you can kind of face anything in the day. So I always do like 1 critical task. And if I don't have anything critical, it might just be that I do, like I put on my laundry, like some task that makes me feel like I'm making progress and taking action and ticking off like my to-do list. So yeah, and then I'm pretty much ready for the day. I'm gonna see if there's anything else that I've got. Oh, one important thing. So when I'm sat by my window and I'm drinking my cup of tea, I will look out of my window, whether it's raining or sunny or grey or thunderstorms, and I'll just savour the moment. I'll just have some moment where it's just quiet and I'm just at peace and I'm happy, and I just listen to the birds and just take a moment to savour it. And that's like, again, like a really important thing. And again, that's why I note things down, because otherwise I forget to savour the moment. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing in the mornings at the moment. And I am feeling so good, so good. And it all links. So, you know, you want to make sure that your night routine is all sorted. Boom, everything's done. So that you have a really good night's sleep, because the times in which I've struggled is because I haven't had a good night's sleep. And that really has a massive knock-on effect. And then again, like when you wake up and you've already got like a really nice, clean, tidy house, you know your actions, your bag's already packed, your phone's charged, your car's got petrol, boom, like you're smashing it. So that's the things that I'm doing at the moment I want to share with you. And I did say yesterday that I am figuring out that if I wake up at 6:30, I don't actually have enough time to do all the things that I really want to do. So I am thinking of getting up earlier. I'm not committing to this yet, but I am thinking about it. So I will let you know, and I'll let you know the kind of things I'm adding, because I am reading, or I've read The Miracle Morning, and I've got some really wonderful, great ideas that I kind of want to add. So again, remember what I said, like it's always like learning, and you never just stay still. So as soon as you've reached that next level, then you want to reach the next level. And it's just continuous, because you are an incredible, amazing human being, and you have got bags of potential. So we're only at the surface. So the fact that like, it's on day 41, and I've been doing this, and like in less than 2 months, I'm ready to kind of level up and like get what everyone else is getting in terms of this kind of miracle morning excitedness and, you know, success. So it doesn't take long for these things to become a habit, and for you to be like, you know what, this is my new standard. And you don't need to have to think about it unless you have ADHD and you kind of forget. But also, like, then you start thinking about other ways in which you could add to your life or take away, because, you know, it's all like the less is more kind of approach. So I hope you found this video really inspiring, and it gets you thinking about your own routine. But the biggest tip I can give you is do not negotiate with yourself. Commit now to what you are going to do. So the best thing is like commit to a time that you're going to wake up, and like whether that's 5, 6, 7 at the latest, probably not 7, but you know what I mean. So that is my biggest advice for you, is do not negotiate with yourself, and you will make it possible. If I can do it, and remember, I'm a girl that used to snooze her alarm 4 or 5 times in the morning, and it was an absolute nightmare, and now I get up at 6. So, you know, that is my biggest advice. And then think about what works, because what works for me may not work for you. So definitely like tailor it, but you know, work with like 4 or 5 things that you want to do that gets you excited and ready for the day, and then play around with it. Remember, like that will start becoming your standard, and then you can mold it however you fancy. So anyhow, I get super excited about these things, as you can tell. But I hope you have an incredible day, and tell me about the things that you're doing in the morning and how it's made you feel, and like what you used to do and what you do now, and how you've raised your standards, because I love to know these things. And also you might give me some new ideas and I can share with everyone else. So again, please share your comments, and if you like what you see, then please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back tomorrow for some more great content. Until then, have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow.